Good afternoon. My name is Sarah Cantrell, and on behalf of the McMinnville Tourism Development Board, who we've got some members with us today, if you'll wave, we would like to welcome everyone on this beautiful day in October to the Tennessee Music Pathways dedication ceremony honoring the late and extremely great Dottie West. The Tourism Development Board began the work on this sign more than 2 years ago. Dottie's Tennessee Music Pathways marker, which we will unveil here in a few moments, was delivered to us right before the COVID-19 pandemic hit and stayed very much protected in an undisclosed location until last week. So today, on what would have been her 89th birthday, we are elated to finally share this larger-than-life sign dedicated to a larger-than-life person, remembering her many contributions, not only as a most successful country music singer, songwriter, and Hall of Famer, but as a loving daughter, sister, mother, grandmother, aunt, and friend to so many. At this time, I would like to welcome McMinnville Mayor Ryle Chastain to say a few words.
Thank you, Sarah. And thank you for everyone coming today for the dedication of this Tennessee Music Pathways Memorial and for honoring one of our very own, Miss Dottie West, who certainly made her mark the world over in the realm of country music. Again, thank you everybody for coming. I look forward to hearing from all the other speakers, and I will welcome to the podium County Executive Jimmy Haley.
My love for Dottie West began when I was a small child, watching her perform and come into town and show the love that she had for her hometown and community. And so being born at Frog Pond and moving into McMinnville, little country girl going big, Ma's Cafe was here before it moved to Spring Street, so it's a fitting place for us to have this memorial. The marker for the Park Grill is right down here in the sidewalk as well. To the grill itself and Miss Paulina, who made it really a stopping off place and a gathering place for people for many, many years. Dottie always had a beautiful voice. I think I've shared this with Tess before, but I said something to Dottie one time about God had gifted her with a beautiful voice. And she said, he also gifted me with plastic surgeons and a Bob Mackie design. So she was bigger than life to me. She was a small lady. And a lot of people don't understand that. Like a 4.5 size foot and like a size 1 or 0 dress. She was tiny, but she was always bigger in life to me. The big hair and the tall boots, she commanded a stage. And her friend Patsy Cline always told her, to play to the crowd and put your whole heart into it. And she always did. So when she rose to fame, of course, Joe Coon is sitting in the car right over here. When she was in high school, I think he's the last surviving member of the Coonskins. But many stories have been told about those early days of playing music. And before she graduated from high school and went on to Tennessee Tech with a music scholarship, and then later meeting up with Bill West there at TTU, who was in engineering school, and then moving to Ohio, and then back down to Nashville, where she hung out with some of the finest. And so when you hang out with Willie Nelson and Roger Miller and Hank Cochran and those guys, it really laid the path for a career and an opportunity for her to grow as a country music star. So even before the glamorous Bob Mackie gowns, the red gingham basically established her as a country girl. And when she wrote the jingle for Coca-Cola, Miss Country Sunshine was born. And so later on, she, enveloped and embraced the new concept of modern country music, having become the first female country music star to win a Grammy. And of course, she won a Clio Award for Country Sunshine. But her career is more than just a music pathway sign. Her career in Vegas and in film, and inspiring people like Steve Wariner and Larry Gatlin to do what they did on the stage, always giving them encouragement, always lifting them up, always being there for them. And so Patsy Cline, of course, died in a tragic airplane crash. Dottie was at that same concert, and Patsy could have ridden back with them in the same vehicle, but she chose to get back on the plane and come back to Nashville as quickly as she could to be with the family. And the rest, of course, is history. So when we look back at Dottie and her career and what she did, when they announced the Music Pathways, and Mandy Eller's back here, and we met with Commissioner Triplett, the former Commissioner of Tourism for the state of Tennessee. He shared his love of music for us. He was an expert on Dottie too. He knew her career inside and out. And he said, your first entrance to the Music Pathways should be Dottie. And she was. And so we're glad to be here today and to honor a music legend that helped put McMinnville on the map. No matter where she went, no matter what concert she played, she always gave homage to her family and her hometown where she was from in her humble beginnings. And so tragic loss in 1991 in that car accident broke a lot of people's heart. But when 600 people showed up at the funeral, all in tears, not wanting to say goodbye to someone who inspired them. Steve Warner, of course, played and sang Amazing Grace, which brought the house down. And those of you who were there remember it because it touched your heart and soul, because he put everything into it just as Dottie did on stage. We finally did get her in the Country Music Hall of Fame, which took many, many years of finagling and petitions and meeting with the right people. But when Larry Gatlin and Steve Warner both played the Park Theater here and put everything they had into getting her nominated and did their tribute here in our theater, their concert to Dottie, and how they would have been nothing without her support and without her being there for them. I think it's fitting that today that we can unveil this Music Pathways marker to our own Miss Country Sunshine, Dottie West. So we want to bring to the stage now Ashley DeRosset, who's Middle Tennessee Division Manager for the Tennessee Department of Tourism. And so Ashley's played a big role in putting this together, as well as the Tourism Development Board, and Sarah, and many of you here today. After the ceremony, we will be going to the cemetery. I had a special wreath made just for Dottie. It's got the daisies and the butterflies, which was her signature, and she loved that bright canary yellow color as well. We'll go over there, pay homage. The Heritage Alliance Museum also has display of family donations and items as a tribute to Dottie as well. So we welcome each and every one of you here today, and especially the family members, some of whom are going to speak. But it is a great day in McMinnville and a perfect location for what we're doing today. So thank you.
Thank you. It is so great to be in McMinnville and Warren County today, and to be here to celebrate so many things, so many accomplishments, another marker along the way. And so thank you for allowing us to be a small part of this. But what an incredible day. The weather's perfect. It's Dottie's birthday, and there's another marker being installed and unveiled. And so Sarah mentioned to you, it took a while to get the marker here. We got the marker shipped. It's a long process. It's nothing I would bore you with, but it's a long process. There's a lot of legal involved in it. And so we literally got the marker delivered, and COVID hit our entire industry and really devastated. You talk about the music industry, and it's been one of the most crippled industries that we faced across our country. And so it's slowly coming back, but I think anytime we get a chance to support any of our industries, music and tourism should be the first one, as it struggled so bad. I just want to say thank you to our host today of the city of McMinnville and Warren County, Mayor Jimmy Haley and Mayor Ryle Chastain. I know the city put the marker up, and Mayor Haley was great to work with. It was funny, I saw him at another meeting. I said, hey, we got Dottie West's marker hidden in a secret location, and I think I know where it's at. Mandy and Sarah had told me that they were stored in a way, and I said, we need to get that up. And he said, you know what, her birthday's coming up. I said, well, is there any other day? It's that day. It has to be her birthday. So anyway, thank you guys, for your vision, your commitment, preserving our state's tremendous musical heritage, because it's so diverse across our state. Thanks to the Chamber of Commerce and the Tourism Development Board also for joining us in partnership with this. And lastly, I don't know if there's anyone here that's a member of the General Assembly, but this program and this initiative would have never happened without the great support of the General Assembly, especially the Warren County delegation who joined us. We had the idea and they had the money. So if it wasn't for them, it would have never come to fruition. And so we're very thankful for that. Mayor Haley told you a lot about Dottie, and her family's here and they can share a lot more. But I want to tell you, you've heard about her, so I want to tell you a little bit about the music pathway and why we thought she was perfect for the pathway. In 2018, our department was looking for new ideas and new ways to promote travel to the state. If you've been in Mississippi, you may be familiar. They have a blues trail because that's kind of the priority music in Mississippi. But it's way more than blues in our state. So in 2018, we launched the Tennessee Music Pathways to continue to promote and inspire travel and to promote our tourism and our musical heritage across the state. 7 genres called Tennessee home: country, bluegrass, blues, rockabilly, rock and roll, gospel, soul, all the list goes on, but 7 genres call us. And with the help of state historian and renowned author Colin Escott, he helped us identify the people, the places, and the events that make Tennessee what it is today. So our goal with this program is to connect the fans. Many of you are Dottie fans, not just our family, but a lot of you are fans of Dottie. To connect them to the music, to inspire travel to a destination like McMinnville, Warren County along the way, with hopes that they'll stay longer and spend a little bit more money that helps the economy and helps Tennessee thrive. Places like this, people like this, and events that we all love to go to is what makes Tennessee, Tennessee. And we're so proud of the musical pioneers, those that have gone on and those that are still here, that make us who we are, and it makes this pathway complete. So if you'd like to know more about the Tennessee Music Pathway and others that we've honored along the way, we've got to start, but we got a long way to go. tnmusicpathways.com. And I'll say this before Sarah brings up the family. Dottie scored more than 60 hits. She was the first female country artist to win a Grammy and is a Country Music Hall of Famer. It's a privilege to recognize the work and great success of a true Tennessee talent. So I'd like to turn it over to Sarah so she can introduce the family and they can tell you and share with you the love of Dottie West.
Thank you, Ashley, and thanks to the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development, who without none of this would be possible. So at this time, I would like to bring up a few family members. We will start with Ms. Tess Frizzell. If she'd like to come up and say a few words.
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, let me say I hope I haven't cried my eyelashes off. I get so emotional every time I'm here in this town, and you know, it's emotional already on her birthday. But there's something about being in her hometown. Every single time I'm here, even if it's just for a couple of hours, I get so emotional. And I think it's because I just feel her presence so strongly here. And she's just, you see her everywhere, sprinkled all throughout the town. You go to the barbecue place, there's her picture hanging. And so every time I'm here, I just feel her a little bit extra. And I love so much that you were saying how this was supposed to happen, 2 years ago. But I'm a big believer in things happen when they're supposed to happen. And one thing about her is that she was so big on holidays. She liked to really do things up in a big, big way. I mean, Easter, there was an Easter bunny. And it might have been you, Dale. Were you dressed as the Easter bunny one year? Maybe it was Carrie. I don't know. But Christmas was a week-long thing, if you know. Yes. 5 trees in the house. Christmas was a big deal. And birthdays. Just a few months ago, I found this really sweet video of my 3rd birthday. And she showed up, and she was so tired from being on the road, you could tell. But she made it anyway. And my mom's running around and doing all the mom things for a little 3rd birthday girl, like the mom should. And here comes my grandmother carrying a puppy that she did not even ask my mom if she could give me a puppy for my birthday. She didn't have to ask. She just did what a grandmother wants to do. And that was the perfect thing, just give a 3-year-old a, puppy. So she was very, very big on holidays, and I love that we get to do this on her birthday and make it a big day, and it not just be some random day in August, but be on her birthday because she was so big about holidays. And I want to thank everybody. I really didn't plan on speaking, and so I really hate to forget anybody, but I'm so grateful to Music Pathways for all you do, and considering her to have a marker here. And thank you to the mayor, thank you to Bruce, who does everything that you do over at the museum here downtown. Thank you for all of you for just remembering her. She's been gone for 30 years, and it just blows my mind. I'm not going to cry. Completely blows my mind what one person's life can do for just the legacy that she has had in people's hearts. Of course, the music industry with Steve and Larry and Jeannie Seeley, but just how people still love her, how it's been 30 years, but you still love her. And I can tell you this about her, as much as she would be so proud to be over there in the Country Music Hall of Fame in Nashville, Tennessee, she would be equally proud to have her marker here in McMinnville, right outside where her mom had her little cafe job, and she would be so honored, and it would mean absolutely everything to her. So it means everything to me. Thank you.
This is incredible. I mean, the picture and the wreath there and everything, and this going on. I just thank everybody here in McMinnville. I know 3 years ago she got put in the Country Music Hall of Fame, and I want to thank all of y'all for all the help. I don't know if we didn't get to mention y'all tonight when we were at the Hall of Fame, but thank you so much for the effort that you did. And I've got to say this for, thank the Lord up above for all this, because I'm in front of her. This would not be happening. I thank all of y'all and everybody here. And the biggest thing, I see this lady right down here, my niece Tess. The music goes on in the family. And Mom would be proud of you to keep it going. So thank you all, and I really appreciate it. Mom, me and Carrie and Shelley, I'm sorry they weren't here, but we'll get them here next year. And thank you very much.
Finally, to wrap it up, we're going to bring up Miss Neva Shields Nelson, who is a niece of Dottie, and she wants to share a few words on behalf of the family here.
Hi. I just wanted to thank you from the family that's here in McMinnville, all my cousins. I was a baby in this building. Well, it looked different. It was taller and older and skinnier, but it was the Park Grill. And then she moved. My Aunt Paulina, my grandmother Paulina Marsh, everybody called her Ma, moved over to Spring Street after that, Ma's Cafe. But the family is bigger than a lot of people know. My great-grandfather had 2 wives. First one had 11 kids. Second one had 9. So, with the Jones family, so most of McMinnville is kin to Dottie or know her. So, and she grew up and helped in, I guess, this building too, as a waitress for just a little while, and then she went to college. Everywhere she went, she mentioned McMinnville. She told me even in Arabia, she mentions McMinnville, Tennessee. And, they had no idea what that was. So she was a total ambassador for this little tiny town. And the first song she ever wrote when she was a little girl was the Frog Pond Boogie. So it's written on a piece of paper, I think, in the museum. Right? But, yeah. And she used to tell my mom when they were little, they would listen to the old radio, to the Opry, and she said, I'm going to be on there one day. Just as a little child. So she was destined. And so anyway, thank you from all my cousins. A lot of them are here. We've only got one of the siblings left, is Diane. I wish she was able to be here. I know she wanted to. But of the 10, she's the last one left.
Everybody lined
Making sure I
up.
can see everybody's faces. Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, look here. 1, 2, 3.
Don't do it yet.
1,
Wait a minute. She's yeah.
let's get one.
A tradition to bring flowers on Dottie's birthday, and so I always have daisies. And this year is special because of the dedication of the marker, and then I had a special wreath made for that I thought we would gather together, pay homage to our own little Miss Country Sunshine. And so on the wreath are the daisies and the bright yellow and the butterflies that were her trademark on many of her designer gowns, and even on the back side, which is engraved with, I was born a country girl, I would die a country girl, my world is made of blue skies, sunshine, green fields, and butterflies. I'm so glad I'm a country girl. She never forgot, as we said before, her roots, where she came from, her humble beginnings, and how she was blessed with a talent that is still recognized today.